Assalamualaikum and greetings to Dr. Huzaifah. My name is Muhammad Muizuddin, S33423. I'm from Diploma in Agriculture and today I will be presenting my industrial training report. I choose Malaysian Cocoa Board as my industrial training ground. Malaysian Cocoa Board is established in 1988 under Ministry of Plantation and Commodities. It has been operating since 1989 and administered by 17 members of Management Board. The major activities of Malaysian Cocoa Board is to research and development of cocoa. Their objective is to develop technologies that could lead to increased productivity, reduction in production costs and labor requirement, improve quality of cocoa beans and cocoa product, and many more. During my time in Malaysian Cocoa Board, I've been learning to cultivate cocoa plants. This is the picture of me of cultivating cocoa seeds, where we do this to obtain a cocoa plant. Next, this is the picture of me taking cocoa buds for the grafting purpose. Now, this is the activity of me doing side grafting and top grafting activities. The purpose of doing these activities is to obtain a desirable variety of the plants. This is our activity where we transplanting cocoa plants. This activity is usually done after the cocoa plants is ready to be transferred from the nursery. As usual, every plant needs nutrient. So in this activity, we sow fertilizer for cocoa tree to give enough nutrient for the cocoa tree. And this is where we harvest our cocoa pods to obtain their product. And lastly, this is our activity of opening cocoa pods to obtain the cocoa beans. We're doing the separation of cocoa beans from their membrane. We will be doing the fermentation of cocoa beans, and then doing the drying of cocoa beans, and lastly grading the cocoa beans. After this process is done, the cocoa beans will be transferred to the next section where the cocoa beans will be processed into the secondary product such as cocoa powder. This is my special project. As for my special project, I will be cultivating rock melon using fertigation system. The objective of these special projects are to learn to build fertigation system and to learn to plant rock melon using fertigation system. Now we move on to the discussion section of the special project. First, I would like to discuss the time taken for this special project to start. I started this special project on the first week 3 on the industrial training. This is because it took some time for me to discuss this special project with my supervisor. Next, we will be discuss about cultivating rock melon plant. I realized that the shoot of the rock melon is growing longer than the expected. This is because I cultivate this rock melon in my garage where the plants cannot receive enough sunlight. Next, we move on to the pump installation problem. I realized that the pump cannot be turned on even after we switch on the switch. This is because the pump is overheating because of the sunlight. So we decided to close the pump with the plastic. Next, the concentration of fertilizer. The concentration of fertilizer in the fertigation tank is low even after 1 day of refilling it. This happened because the fertilizer is combined with the rainwater during the heavy rain. So we decided to close the lid of the tank properly. And lastly, I am unable to harvest the rock melon due to the lack of time because of the early delivery of the assignment. In conclusion, I can conclude that building fertigation system require knowledge and capital. Knowledge is important so that I would not waste my money. Knowledge is important because I need an idea on how to build fertigation system. Knowledge is important because each crop has their specific type of cultivating technique, and overall, this special project helps me understanding fertigation system better. We move on to the benefits of industrial training. Industrial training gives many benefits to the students. One of the example is industrial training gives experience to the student of working life. It improves understanding where you learn in the class. It develop your skill as a student. Industrial training gives exposure to the working industry. Industrial training gives insights to the students. And lastly, it builds confidence for the students. My suggestion for this industrial training is to provide an allowance at least 500 ringgit every month for practical students. Next, I would like to suggest a cafeteria to make it easier for students to buy food during breakfast and lunchtime. And lastly, I would like to suggest for Malaysian Cocoa Board to provide vending machine in the area, in the faculty. So that's all from me. Thank you.